السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، حبايب قلبي في كل مكان. ازيكم عاملين ايه؟ يا رب تكونوا بخير. والنهارده ان شاء الله رجعنا لكم فيديو جديد، وهنبدأ مراجعة شهر اكتوبر. هنبتدي نحل في الفيديو ده ان شاء الله امتحانات المعاصر في تيست 1 تيست 2 and تيست 3. بس قبل ما نبدأ، لو انت جديد على القناة يا ريت تشترك، ولو الفيديو عجبك يا ريت تعمل لايك، ولو عندك اي سؤال سيبه في كومنت، ولو لقيت الفيديو ده فادك يا ريت تشاركه مع زمايلك. ومن غير ما اطول عليك يلا بينا نبدأ. وتيست نمبر 1. So, first question says choose the correct answer. The period of the underlined digit in this number is. So he's asking about the period. بيسأل على البيريد يا ولاد. So this is the ones period. This is the thousands period. This is the millions period. And this is the milliards period. So this digit is in the milliards period. Okay. Question number 2, it says 2 days and 2 hours. That's how many hours? So how many hours in a day? We have 24. So we have 24 hours, and we have another 24 hours because that's 2 days. And then we have also 2 hours. So at the end, we have 2 hours. So you know better than me how to do the sum. So 4 plus 4, bravo, 8, plus 2 is 10. So you put the 0, carry up 1. So 1 plus 2, 3, plus 2 is 5. So that's 50 hours. The next question, we have 721 centimeters. We need to split it into centimeters and meters. So how do we do this one, mister? We take the first one and the rest in the second place. So this is 7 meters and 21 centimeters. This is letter C. So far, so good. Okay. We move on to question number 4. Round this number to the nearest thousand. So to round this number to the nearest thousand, we need to look at our number. We have the number 7 in the thousand because he said look at the thousand. And then you look next door. You don't find anything that will give the 7. So this is 4 or less. So we don't give it one more. So we have 3 ما خدتش حاجة. 7 ما خدتش حاجة. So the final answer is 37,000. Letter B. Okay. Number 5, we have 12 liters, 50 milliliters. So we have a comma here. Okay, so that's my comma. After the comma, we have 12, so I write 12. And before the comma, we have 50, so I write 50. But this time, أنا ما عنديش حاجة في ال 100, I supposed to put 0 at the 100, so that's 12,050. Okay, mister, let's move on. So in question 2, complete, we have the value of the digit 6 in this number. So where is the 6? There is the 6. So how we count? Ones, tens, 100. Ones, tens, 100. Ones, tens, 100. So 6 is in the 10. 10 what? What period is in it? Is it in the thousand? No, it's in the million. So this is 10 million.
سو جل من لا يسهو يا اولاد. هتلاقيني بعد اللقطه دي في الفيديو اجابه مختلفه، لان انا هنا بس سرحت شويه ما قريتش السؤال الاخر. هو هنا بيقول فاليو، فالمفروض ان احنا فعلا كتبنا 10 مليون زي ما انت هتشوف بعد ما اللقطه دي تختفي من الفيديو. هتلاقي مكتوب في البوينتس هنا في البلانك سبيس 10 مليون. المفروض ان الاجابه هنا فاليو، فانا بجاوب 6 وكل اللي قدامها 0، فدي 60 مليون زي ما انا كاتبها كده. اتفقنا؟ بعد اللقطه دي هتلاقي ان الاجابه مكتوبه في 10 مليون، فلا دي الاجابه الصح. وشكرا لوقتك، ارجع الفيديو وكمل.
Okay, the next one, we see that we have 234, and outside we have 234. On the left hand side, we have 479 and we have 479. So the missing one is 621. So simple. The next one, we need to add all these numbers, which means to write them in standard form. So as we said, take the bigger one, which has 7 digits, and start writing the numbers in its place. So we have 7 in the million. Okay. We have 4 at the ones. We have 1 in the tens. We have 7 in the thousands. And we have 3 at the 100. So what about the 10 million and the 100 million? Sorry, the 10,000 and the 100,000, we don't have any numbers, so we put 0. So the number is 7,714,000. The next question says if x minus 9 equal 26. Okay, how to solve this one, ya mister? We said we ask ourselves, this is a minus. So you ask yourself, are they friends or not? If they are friends, we do plus. And in this case, they are friends. If they're not friends, we do minus. So this time we'll do plus. So x equals 26 plus 9. So how to do it, mister? 26 on my head, 9 on my hand. After 26, we have 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we have 35. Okay, that sounds so simple. The next one, round to the nearest 10,000. So you need to look at the 10,000. We have the 3. Look next door. You see a 5. So the 5 will add one more. So now 7 didn't take anything. And 3 plus 1 is 4. And the rest of numbers are zeros. And that's it. So simple. The next question, which is represents the end of the first test, we have the population of Matruh governorate is 519,800 people, and the population of South Sinai governorate is 112,200 people. Then what's the difference? Okay, mister, we want to find the difference between the two governorates. So we start by putting the bigger one on the top, which is the Matruh governorate. So we write 519,800 minus 112,200, and you know better than me how to do the minus. So 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, 8 minus 2 is 6, 9 minus 2 is 7, 1 minus 1 is 0, and 5 minus 1 is 4. So the answer here is 407,600. The next question says, by using the properties of addition, find the sum of the following. So the properties of addition are commutative, which means we switch, associative, which means we use brackets, and identity, which means that we use a zero at the end. So the first thing I actually gonna use the commutative property. So the commutative property will allow me to switch. So I will put 12 plus 28 plus 30 plus 20. And then the next step, I will do associative. So I'll take this as an associative. So we write associative property or associative, whatever you say it. That's as we called a pronunciation. So 12 plus 28, this will give you 40. 30 plus 20, that will give you 50. And then the answer will be 40 plus 50. Mister, I don't know how to do it. Put them under each other. So 40 plus 50, which will give you 90. So this is 90. So, and that's the first test done. Okay, moving on to the second test. In the second test, it says 45 kilograms, comma, 68 grams. So you have a comma here. Okay. So after the comma, you have 45. Super. Let's put 45. And then you have 68. But you don't have a number at the 100, so we'll put a 0. Easy peasy. The next question, it says 3 milliard, comma 137 million, comma 619,000, comma 88. So how many commas do you have? You have 1, 2, and 3. So you need 3 commas. Okay. First of all, 3 milliard. Okay, that's done. 137 million. So 137 in the million. Done. 619,000. So you put 619 in the thousand. Done. And then lastly, you have 88, which means that you don't have anything at the 100. So you put 0. So far, so good. Okay, mister, let's move on to the next question. The next question says round the number 8,532 to the nearest thousand. So you look at the 8, look next door, you find 5. So you add one more. So now 8 become 9 and the rest of the numbers is zeros. شطار يا ولاد. طيب, the next question. Number 4, the place value of the digit 7 in this number. So I find the 7. Where is the 7? You count ones, tens, hundred, ones, tens, hundred, ones. So it's in the millions place. The next one we have 9 liters minus 3000 milliliters equals how many liters? Or how many milliliters? It says how many milliliters. So this means we're gonna convert the 9 liters. So we convert the 9 to 9000 minus 3000. So this will be 6000 milliliters. Easy. So easy, mister. The next question. A milliard is the smallest number formed from, as we remember, we said the million is the smallest number formed of 7 digits and the milliard is the smallest number formed of 10 digits. Super شاطر اللي بيرد معايا. The letter L is a basic unit of, so we said L, which is a liter. The liter is a basic unit of what? Do we measure the time using liters? Do we say that the day is 24 liters? No. Do we say that my length is 24 liters? No. We say that the capacity of the bottle is 600 milliliters, or you can say the capacity of the bottle is 1 liter or 2 liters or whatever the case is. صح كده يا ولد؟ Okay, question number 3. The additive identity is. So the additive identity element is the zero. Tor. Question number 4. We have 5 by 1 plus 8 by 1000 plus 4 by 10,000. How to write this in a standard form? So take the biggest one. It has 5 places. And then you put 4 at the 10,000s place. Okay. And then you put 8 at the thousands place. Okay. And then you put 5 at the ones. So you don't have anything at the tens or at the hundreds. So this is 48,005. Okay. So what is the value of x in the second question here? So ask yourself, this is plus في النص minus من غير ما أبص plus في النص minus من غير ما أبص plus في النص minus من غير ما أبص. So we say 47 minus 35. 7 minus 5 is 2. 4 minus 3 is 1. So that's 12. Easy. The next question says the game started at 7:50 p.m. and ended 10 and 5 p.m. How long was the how long was the game? Sorry, my tongue got twisted. So actually, this question will not be coming in this month's exam because this is an old version of المعاصر. So this question is not with us. This question will not come into your exam. You will not have this one. This is from the lesson 5, the elapsed time. And it's not coming. Elapsed time is not coming. The next question it says we have a bridge of an ants consists of 140 ants, and another bridge consists of 165 ants. How many ants are there in two bridges together, yeah, mister? Together. So we do plus. So we have 142 plus 165, and you know better than Mr. Ahmed how to do the sum. So 2 plus 5 is 7, 4 plus 6 is 10, put the 0, carry up 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, so this is 307, and that's the end of the second test. So finally we reached the last test. The last tests now have a question that says we have to compare between 83,754 and 100,000. Okay, mister. So let's compare using the thousands period. We have here 100 and here we have 83. Which one is bigger? So we said the bigger one is 100, of course. Okay, the next question says we have 3,425 plus 4,768 equals 193 plus. Okay, so this is actually pretty simple because this numbers has a thousand, so you can directly choose the thousands. But if you don't know how to do this using your mental math, you can just do it step by step. So you will say 3,425 plus 4,768, and you do the math of adding those two numbers. So 5 plus 2 is 13, put the 3, carry up 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 6 is 9, 4 plus 7 is
Super. 11. جدع اللي بيرد معايا. Put one on the top or carry one on the top. So this will give you 8. So you already have 139. There is the 139. So what's missing? The 8,000. This is the correct answer. Which of the following is the greatest mass? So to compare, you have to put them all in the same unit. So we have to make them all in grams. So this will be 16,000 grams, and this is gonna be 70,000 grams. Which one is the greatest? Of course, it will be the 70,000 grams. It's the biggest one. So the next question says round the number 34,089 to the nearest 10,000. So we have 3 in the 10,000. Next to it, we have 4. So the 4 won't give the 3 anything. So the 3 is as it is, and the rest of the numbers will be 0. So this will be 30,000. Okay, that's actually pretty simple. And then we have how many commas? 2. So you put 2, and then you combine the numbers together. So we have 35 in the million, 17 in the thousand, 230 at the ones. But mister, I don't see anything at the 100,000. Put a 0. So the correct answer is 35,017,230 as it is written in letter C. Question 2. Complete. If 835 minus A equals 751, what is the value of A? So ask yourself, are they friends? Are they friends? Look here. They are not friends. They are far apart. So how will we do it? We said we do it by minusing. So 835 minus 751. 5 minus 1 is 4. 3 minus 5. We cannot do this, yeah, mister. We have to borrow. So this is 7 and this is 13. So 13 minus 5 is, you can do it by putting 13 on your head and 5 on your hand and say what comes before 13. So you say 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So the answer should be 8. Or you can count from 5 to 13, going what comes after 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is 8 fingers raised. So the answer will be 84. The next question says 8 liters minus and 200 milliliters minus 2 liters 500 milliliters. So you do also this by minusing. So you have 8,200 milliliter minus 2,050 milliliter. So simply, yeah, mister, I'm gonna do 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 I cannot, so I will borrow. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 0 is 1. And then we have 8 minus 2, 6. So this will be 6,150 milliliters. Super. The place value of the digit 2 in this number. Do you see a 2? Yeah, mister, I see it right here. We need the place value. Where is this number? It's in the millions place. This is in the millions place. And then we have to do the plus of this one. This is actually pretty big, but you can do it by combining the numbers. How many digits do we have here? We have 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then we have 730. Okay. Done. 345. Done. And then we have 50. Done. Easy, mister. This one was so easy. The next one is changing the value. You remember, guys, how we did change the values? We put how many zeros in the thousand? 3. How many zeros in the million? 6. So, and then you go remove one from the left and one from the right. One from the left and one from the right. Okay, let's do it together. One from the left, one from the right. One from the right, one from the left. 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 What do we have left? It's 8 millions. So super. That was also correct. So question letter 3. Hani and Samih participated in a project. Hani paid £251,650. If the cost of the project, the whole project, is 500 1000 pounds. How much did سامح pay? So we need to do minus. Okay, let's do minus. So we have 500,000 minus 251,650. 0 minus 0 is 0. And then we will have to borrow. Mister, this is so tricky. All you have to do, this 0 doesn't have anything, right? يبقى يا ولاد هستلف من ال 5 1 تبقى 4. اللي جنبها يبقى 9، اللي جنبها يبقى 9، اللي جنبها يبقى 9، دي بس اللي هتبقى 10. الباقي كله 9. So 10 minus 5 5. 9 minus 6 3. 9 minus 7 2. 9 minus 5 4. And then 4 minus 2 is 2. الله أكبر الله أعظم الله أكبر الله أعظم. The next question says write the number in the descending order. So guys, when we say descending, so we go from the greatest to the smallest. But if I said ascending, you go from the smallest to the greatest. So how to do this? Using the greatest. So this has a million, this has a million, this has a million, but doesn't have a million. So this is the smallest one. Yes, yeah, mister. So we put it at the last. This is the smallest one. So here we put it at the last. And it's done. And then we need to find the greatest. This has 4, this has 4, this has 4. This has 237, this has 273, this has 237. So this is the greatest. So we put it here 4, 273, 653. And that's done. The last one, which one is the greatest? 651 or 690? Yes, this one is the greatest. So we put 4,237,690, and the last one will be 4,237,651. And that's the end of the video. So if you find this video helpful, please share it with your friend. لو لقيت الفيديو ده عجبك تقدر تشاركه مع زمايلك. لو لسه ما اشتركتش في القناه يا ريت تشترك. لو عندك اي سؤال سيبه في كومنت. ولحد هنا دي نهايه الفيديو وبس كده يا سيدي. اشوفك الفيديو جاي. سلام.